So we've had an incredible amount of rain over the last 36 hours. So I'm just at my rain gauge and we'll pull it out and see how much we've got in there. 25 mils. 25 mils of rain we've had in the last 36 hours. So what I might do is tip that out onto, well, I won't tip it on the plants because we've had that much water. They don't need any more. So I'll just empty that, pop that back in. I suppose we're getting some more rain today, so it does look quite, yeah, it's quite cloudy. We'll see how we go. I reckon about another 5 mils today, but we'll just see. And I just want to check out my potato pots. These are the ones that I'd planted before, and I'm assuming these are the potatoes. Pretty sure I only planted 4 in each, but we'll see what these are when they sort of sprout a bit more. And then also in this one here, so they look like potato leaves, I think. So we'll see how we go. And not too bad. I mean, obviously it holds the moisture in. So I'll give that a bit more time. Just checking in on my garlic over here. All that garlic that I did plant. Some of them didn't actually sprout, so I did have to go out and buy just another punnet just to sort of, oops, sorry about that, have enough for the season to come. So I had to buy another little 6-pack here. And this is the big bulbs that I planted out of my own. So, and that's the rest of the garlic there. So I've got quite a few plants growing. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, blah, 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 blah. Too many to count. But that's good. And 2 lonely little plants here. One of these popped up from last year, so, and I just had a spare one. So I planted that in there. And the tomatoes, the 2 rogue tomato bushes seem to be coming along quite nicely. I will have to stake these ones up soon, but they are growing right on the very edge of the bed. Haven't had any strawberries come up just yet. There's certainly a weed there, so I'll pull that one out. It's got lots of flowers on them, but no strawberries as yet out of this bed. I'll just come across to my other raised bed I've got here, so before it starts raining again, just have a little check up here. Looks like some more tomatoes coming up. Had some tiny little strawberries on these ones. Nothing significant yet. Okay, these little cucumbers, these little capsicums just taste absolutely delicious. Just sort of cut the top off and scoop all the seeds out with a spoon. There's quite a lot of seeds in them actually, and but yeah, tastes quite nice. Oops, something's been nibbling on that one. I have been finding there's a lot of tiny little snails on here, like these ones. Just normal little baby snails. I'll just go through and squash them. They've actually nearly devastated one of my other capsicum plants with they've eaten all the leaves off of them. So obviously with all this rain, makes them extra hungry. There's a little strawberry there, but it's only tiny. It's a glorious sunny day today, so I thought I'll just come out and harvest the hungry bin. I've just scooped out probably half of it, I suppose. It wasn't full right up to the top, but it's actually ready to be harvested. So I've just had it out here for a couple of hours in the sun and let the worms move down to the bottom. I think this might be a bit of an impossible task so far. What I'm seeing is there is just an abundance of just tiny, tiny little worms all throughout this. This has been sitting here. I've been slowly taking off just the top layer, and they certainly have bred up. I've come across quite a number of cocoons, but they can just be tiny little worms, little baby wisps in there. Don't know if you can see this one. He's just, oopsie, super tiny. And also in here, I still got probably half a third of a tub left. And it's just heaps of worms in there as well. I got it to a point where I don't want it to be full of castings, but the whole lot is ready as a nice compost. So that's why I'm harvesting on a lovely sunny day today. We've had so much rain, and I've just been away for about a week, and where I was, they got a heap of rain as well. So it's nice to come out to a lovely sunny day. So that's just the finished stuff there, but I'm just letting that sit for a bit, and I'll sort out where I'll put that one later. And then just in here, what's a nice little worm on the lid there. Got one of those tubs in here that I was telling you about, you know, that new pot I bought. So I'm just trying to lure the worms in, whatever's left out of this other material, because I had so many worms in the bin that it was just really impossible to try and get them all out. So I'm just trying to bait them out of that one. Just got another little lid just to sit on top of that, which was quite handy. And the same with this one here. I'll take this one off and see what I've got in the bottom. Oh yeah. So the worms are just sort of sitting underneath the pot. I'm just trying to lure them out of that into this one with all the holes and that in it. Gently put it back on them. It might be right down the bottom here. Just a bit of cow manure I've got in here, so they do like that. I'll leave them in peace for another day. But everything else is looking not too bad. At least the lawn's nice and green. We'll just pop out and see what's happening in my garden here. It's been so cold the last couple of days. A lot of my paper daisies, they close right up to a tight little ball. They're opened a little bit at the moment because the rain is pending, but they're just opened up to get a little bit of light and maybe a bit of moisture, and then they close right up. So that one's died off. There's seeds in there. I've got bags and bags of seeds, and hopefully I might get some more. We've got these gorgeous ones here as well. You can hear the sound of it if I'm not making too much rustling sound. Just sound like paper. And last year I had planted these, if you could see that these here, snow maiden daisies. I had quite a few plants, but they must have just set seed and have just put plants everywhere. Like, this is all just from seed. It's all spread through the garden. They're all starting to get beautiful little buds on them. And that's my snapdragons there that sell seed. All the way through, even along here. I even had some growing at the back of my tomato bushes. But they're all free, so oh gosh, yeah, just here, mixed in with everything. There's a little bit of weeding I need to do. I've been sort of trying to come out when I can and just pull out some weeds. My dichondra is just, yeah, liking this cooler weather. And the sunflower tree is still going. It's still blooming. I'll have to sort of trim back these plants. They're sort of crowding each other here, but you never know when you plant them how big they're truly going to get. And these are my new paper daisies that I bought and planted. They've really sort of sprouted ever since I put that worm tea on it. I think that they really helped. And then there's another sunflower growing out of my letterbox there. Might need to come out and deadhead some of these little bushes as well. These are lovely little carnations. See more of them growing. They're not a weed, I don't think, but a beautiful little bush. And that's just obviously liking where I planted it, and it's spread everywhere. Oh, so yeah, just a few things to tidy up outside here. Trim back a few things, deadhead a few things. I'll have to do that in between the showers of rain that we're going to get. It's starting to rain a bit more now. The rainwater tank I emptied out in my last video is pretty much full now. It's like a 1500 litre water tank, and I can make myself my nice rainwater hot drinks out of it. So I picked up this tea towel, the best Aussie Slang tea towel, and thought it was quite humorous. So I'm not sure if some of you guys know what words we use. You probably use them as well where you are. I just thought it was quite funny and humorous, and put a bit of a laugh into our day. I did actually blot one out a bit lower down because I don't want anything offensive on my channel.